Live on the red carpet for This Is Brodie Lee, the documentary. We're here joined by one of the stars of the movie. What does this movie mean to you? I mean, what kind of a relationship did you have with the man that this is on, Brodie Lee?
Yeah, this movie, it's more than a documentary. It's in honor of a great friend, one of the best guys I ever met. I'm already getting emotional thinking about it, and the idea of watching a movie of other people that loved him as much as I did, and honoring his legacy is it's exciting but also emotional. It's gonna be an interesting night.
Just finding out about his passing was just very devastating to most of everybody who will be here tonight.
There's very few people that I consider true friends and family in the business, and John, Amanda, and Adam, the Buckland family, the Huber family, those are those people that I consider family. And my son, he's had some health issues and he was in the hospital, and John, this is a tribute to John's character. He was backstage at a Monday Night Raw, getting ready for TV that night, and John took it upon himself to FaceTime my son when he was in the hospital. That's why John is more than just a friend. To me, he's a brother, and he's still my brother, and I'll always love him. He was just, I'm going to use a term that John used many times talking about certain people that were really good in the business. He just was not human. He did things he should not have been able to do. I mean, everybody associated him with Bruiser Brodie because of the name and the look and everything, but the stuff that the man could do was not right.
The way he could break things down, not just matches, but storylines, and I mean, he was just so good at all of that stuff.
Brodie, I have nothing but respect for you. I know your name. I watched the tape. I heard you had Match of the Year with the Piss.
How are you feeling today?
Well, it's a little, bittersweet, get to come here, pay homage to a great man, a great wrestler, but it's also a little heartbreaking that this is the reason that we're here. Way back before I even met him, when he was backyarding with Colin Delaney and all of those guys, I mean, those are some of the stories I don't even know. I have my own stories, but I'm really curious to see all of the others.
How are you feeling about the movie? I mean, are you coming in and I mean, we're all very still touched by what's going on.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because I knew Brodie Lee for quite a long time, since I was about 19 or 20 years old. So this is going to take me back. I'm going to see a whole bunch of stuff I forgot happened, a bunch of stuff I haven't seen before from way back in the day, and stuff that's just going to make me feel a lot older than I really am.
The majority of my Brodie Lee memories come from WWE as Luke Harper, and then obviously the stuff with AEW most recently. I'm interested to see, the backstory and the history and everything in his upbringing coming up through the independents, especially in the local stuff in Rochester. So it's definitely going to be very interesting, and I'm super excited for this.
So yeah, he was Hero Boy 2 for RCW, but then when he left to go to RPW, I believe that's when he adopted the Brodie Lee moniker.
My brother changed his name to Freddie Midnight, and John changed his to The Right Stuff, Brodie Lee. I think it was just Brodie Lee at the beginning, because, do you know why he's Brodie Lee?
Rob, what does it mean to maybe participate in this movie as well as come out and join it for the debut?
It is a really big event, and I was going over with a slaymate here, Lisa, in the car. This might be the biggest thing I've ever been a part of, and it's getting a lot of interest on the internet, so it's really a great story. I saw a rough cut a little while ago, and I think people are really going to love it, so I'm looking forward to it.
All right, Cashman live here from the red carpet from the wonderful This Is Brodie Lee, a documentary movie. And what does this movie mean to you?
Well, the fact that it's bringing so many people together, we all, not all of us are friends, and we all know this, but we all came together here to pay homage to a man that we all cared about. a lot. So to be able to be a part of this, just a small, tiny part of this, is really an awesome feeling.
He was one of those characters, one of those guys, one of those human beings that you couldn't but help enjoy working with him. You know, I don't know anyone that's ever said anything bad about Jon, and I miss him. And I'll be honest with you, I don't honestly know if I'm able to hold it together. I know that it's going to be one of those things where we'll see.
I feel that there are a lot of people that were instrumental in me just having the minimal success that I had. And Brodie, Huber, Jon helped legitimize me.
We're joined by Arthur P. Bailey, a friend.
It's more of a remembrance to him, and he knows we all loved him, and everyone that came out is an associate of some sort, friend. I know Big Joe, and I know he puts together great films, and he's great at what he does. So I'm just I'm getting caught up in the emotions, brother. You know.
Me and Brodie, I mean, we were best friends. We traveled the road together to CW, you name it, Pro Wrestling Unplugged. We were always joined at the hip, and I brought him to what everybody knows as Huberfest once, and then I brought him twice, and he basically knew that I was, and he's one of the main reasons I came out, and I'm super proud and who I am today. He was just that kind of guy that loved everybody, and he knew everything about everybody, no matter if he was on the road or at home. He knew us all.
I was very fortunate to just get one really memorable interaction with Brodie. At the first Huberfest, I told him I was working with Dewey and his father, and he just looks at me and goes, "Don't steal any of my stuff." And then on my way out, he looks me dead in the eye and goes, "You better not have taken anything." And all I got to say to him was, "Not this time."
So how did you get involved with it?
Well, I got a call from Mike Champion letting me know what they were planning on doing with Joe Bratt, and Joe really needed to find a lot of knowledge and stuff that from people that were around back then during the early years of Brodie's life and breaking into the business. I was fortunate to be there. I was fortunate to even remain close to him after he moved on to bigger things, and I wouldn't have missed it for the world. I saw a lot of it, was a part of a lot of it, and I was honored to be asked to give my take on a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that was going on.
When you first saw him in his infancy in wrestling, what were your thoughts about this guy?
Big boy. Big boy, hits hard. But, work as a big man in this industry, the sky's the limit. And that's what a lot of people found out so early in his career, is that while Brodie Lee being 6'7", wants to fly around like a cruiserweight, light heavyweight, he had more than enough in him to work as a big man. And that's what showcased, and he built one hell of a career out of it.
Really buckled down, learned the trade, and then was getting the rub from working with big names.
I know Brodie Lee trying to take a bit of space into the steel cage, but both men are blocking the attempts. Oh, and there goes Brodie Lee, face first into the cage. Abyss went to backtrap Brodie Lee, but Brodie Lee, like a dart, right into that steel cage.
He was paired with Shark Boy. He was paired with Abyss. He got paired with all these different people, and he grew a lot from that experience, for sure.
I'm the Cash Man from the Pain Clinic. I am joined by rival, I guess at times, Eric Everlast, but he's here. Yeah, you could say that, but Eric, this is kind of like maybe our goodbye to him.
Remember him from the very first day going into RCW, seeing him, and knew right away he was going to be something. He stood out, he had the look. Everybody knows where they were on 9/11 and when JFK was shot, and I know right where I was when I got the call from Falco. I was right in Home Depot buying something, and it crushed my world. Just realizing the day after the holidays, and thought about immediately of this family, and this is for Jon.
Brodie was one of the very first people I met when I began wrestling. By the time that I really broke into the business, he had already reached such great success. So I never really got the chance to be too close to him, but it's a matter of, a win for Brodie was a win for all of local wrestling, from Rochester to Buffalo to Syracuse, and even on a national level. Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of friends that have put a lot of work into making this documentary happen, so it's exciting to see that it's been a long time coming. I mean, this is I don't want to say it's closure because it's never really saying goodbye to him. It's a matter of this will get everybody together to remember him one last time.
I get credit a lot for training him, which is I'm proud to get, but in all reality, that's not 100% true. I was around when he started, and I remember him coming when I was teaching a school in Rochester. Maybe the first time he actually bumped in a real ring, might have jumped in during one of my classes. I remember him coming and visiting, but
You have that feeling that this was a good, someday he was going to get to the heights he went to?
especially after the big rig thing came in. But once you saw the jeans and the dirty wife beater and the handkerchief out of the back pocket, like, ooh, I'm getting right now a little tingly right there. It's you know that this is going to be a player. This is somebody for real to keep your eye on.
John, what does Brodie Lee mean to you? I mean, where do you remember first seeing him?
I met Brodie at the Armory, the Main Street Armory, for Upstate Wrestling. He was a wrestler. I was there with my mom. I just happened to see him on TV and followed his career a little bit and supported him. And now I'm here watching his movie.
I mean, he's just such an inspiration from the area, and I just look up to him and what he meant for the community.
He was always big, always loved coming to his hometown, and to remember him in this movie, it's great.
Joe, what did Brodie Lee mean to you?
I'm telling you, it's so cool because I grew up in the early 70s and late 60s watching Dominic DeNucci and all the guys from the original wrestling. And to see somebody from Rochester make it so big, it's amazing. And I'm so excited to see this movie. It was a tragic end for his life, unfortunately, but I'm so excited that we have something like this documentary to show, all his life and his accomplishments. And I'm just thrilled to be here.
I'm probably going to be dabbing the tears in the back,
Well, I have my sunglasses and my tissues, so I know there's going to be a lot of laughs because John was a ball buster. Sure, Wrestlevision has done a fantastic job just by some of the questions I was asked. I'm sure we're going to get a really good insight into Brodie Lee.
Now we're going to go honor him tonight because we didn't really get a funeral or anything. We're going to honor him with this movie tonight.
Right, and the one thing that I want people to take out of tonight is, while he's gone, he still lives on in a lot of us and his contributions. Brodie, John, by many of us, loved Rochester, and taken away too early, and hopefully I don't get in trouble for this, but the old saying goes, assholes live forever, but the good die young, and he was one of the good ones, and we're going to miss him. We're going to think a lot about him tonight and honor his memory the way that should be done.
Definitely. Well, there's some tissues by the door on the way in, so grab some because I think we're all going to need it.
We're probably going to need it, yeah.
And
most of us didn't even realize he was sick, and that's a compliment to the people that did know. And without getting too emotional on you, we need this chance to be together and to kind of say goodbye.
Thank you to Wrestlevision for doing this. This means a lot to his fans and friends and family.
What are you wearing tonight?
I'm wearing the sweetest polo from the Big and Tall shop and a nice pair of jeans.
Who are you wearing today?
My finest Old Navy diamond sweater.
And you?
The Izod sweater vest, complete for all your fall necessities, and golfing.
Who are you wearing tonight?
DXL.
It's why I'm wearing a Huber Boy 2 original flannel on this red carpet tonight.
There we go.
I'm wearing whatever I found in my closet. It's very original, very unique. Want to go all out.
One last question before I let you two go. Slay and Rob, what are you wearing today?
This is from Penny's, and this is my dad's Beatles tie.
All right.
Yes.
I don't know.